Today we explore the concept of doxing and privacy in the digital age. I'm Donna-Leigh Jackson.
And I'm Sohana Maharaj. Late last year, as part of the first tranche of privacy reforms, the Privacy and Other Legislation Amendment Act 2024, also known as the POLA Act 2024, received royal assent, making the act of doxing a criminal offence. So, Donna, how would you describe what doxing really means in simple terms?
Well, Sohana, at its core, doxing refers to the intentional, malicious exposure of a person's personal data online. So this public release of data may expose victims and their family and associates to a wide range of harms. Now, these harms can include things like harassment and threat to their lives or physical safety, as well as things like public embarrassment, humiliation or shaming, discrimination, stalking, identity theft, and financial fraud. So basically a wide range of harms.
That's right.
Doxing is now a criminal offence under the criminal code. So what does this mean? Well, if a person uses a carriage service to share the personal data of someone in a menacing or a harassing way, that person would have committed an offence, and the penalty for committing such an offence, well, it's up to imprisonment for 6 years.
That's a significant change to our legislation and reform.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this legislative development aims to curb the harmful effects of doxing. How? Well, it holds offenders accountable, and it also offers stronger protection for victims in the digital age. So organizations can prevent doxing by implementing strong data protection practices. What do these look like? Well, firstly, only collect personal information that you need. Anonymize personal information where necessary and where possible, and enforce strong cyber security measures. Also, train your employees, train them on privacy law, and develop a response plan for potential breaches. These are all critical controls that organizations can implement.
Those are great recommendations, Donna-Leigh. And this is also where the OAIC provides some really valuable guidance by highlighting the importance of privacy by design and clear data governance. For example, under the notifiable data breach scheme, if a doxing incident causes serious harm, organizations must notify the affected individuals and the regulator. There are also cases that provide some insight into how unauthorized disclosure of personal information is treated. So, for example, a recent case of AQE and Noonan Real Estate Agency provides some guidance on how regulators will handle cases of malicious use of information. So, in this case, a real estate agency disclosed a tenant's personal details, which included the full name, occupation, and financial circumstances, after the tenant left a negative online review. The regulator found that the agency violated APP 6 by disclosing personal information without the tenant's consent. The tenant didn't expect the agency to disclose such details, and the disclosure was not necessary to address the review. While no compensation was awarded to the tenant, the agency was ordered to issue a written apology within 30 days of the determination. Now, this case highlights how improper disclosures can lead to regulatory action even in a business context. Though not a doxing case per se, the principles align closely with how doxing is treated legally.
That's an interesting case, Sohana. And what the decision shows us is that it reinforces the importance of safeguarding personal information even when responding to public feedback or criticism. From a privacy perspective, it isn't appropriate to expose someone's personal information to to pressure them into modifying or deleting an adverse online review. So service providers must navigate the fine line between addressing customer concerns as well as complying with privacy law, and ensuring that personal information is used strictly for its intended purpose. This decision serves as a reminder that the improper disclosure of personal information, especially in public fora, can lead to regulatory action. Doxing isn't just a personal issue. It's a significant risk for business too. Are your organization's data protection practices strong enough to prevent this?
If you're unsure, reach out to us. We can help you understand how doxing might be a risk to your business and how to mitigate those risks. Thank you for tuning in.